I'm going to speak about one management principle, what is arousing the other people and eager want. And I'm going to speak about with the help of other principles in itself, because they are really close to each other. The main task is here to make the staff do their best. And first, I want to consider the work performance, the staff's work performance in general. First I want to speak about the problems, then about the causes, and then about the result. What problems can be? There is a problem when the staff, when the employee is late. Maybe she or he is late at the beginning of the work, or she or he leaves their work earlier than he must. The other thing is when they don't work in the best way, or their work is not acceptable. These are the problems, the main problems. The causes can be family problems, for example, and the others when they don't feel their work importance and they don't feel that they are important in the company. And the result will be that they do not like working and their work performance will reduce. So now let us assume the causes. For example, the first one was the family problems. Manager can't help directly in this case. They can help with trying to help with discussing it or being interested in the other person, and trying to be patient first and discuss the possibilities with the employees. The other causes were work importance, and they have to feel important. And this is what management can influence: their work importance and their personal importance. Managers have to consider that they are human beings and they have to look them as human beings. For example, I can say examples, know the names of the staff and something about them, so the managers have to remember the personal things, what this has to be known. And the managers also has to be kind to them and show their importance, what is really important. And through this, that when the management will show the importance of their work and the person, through it their work performance will be better. Also has to be shown that for managers, now let's assume that the sentence that arrives in the other people an eager want, that managers have to show that the guests, the customers, are the first for them as well, and they are for the guests, and not only the employees Sorry. So they will see the manager's attitude, and they will act as the managers. So if the managers see as customers as the first thing in the hotel, for example, then the employees will work as well in a proper way. The managers have to motivate them, if it is possible, with money as well for good performance, and have to discuss with the employees the importance of the guest, and the managers have to inform about the importance of the guest, and speak about the people, about the customers, and why is it important for the hotel that the customer has to be satisfied. So they have to discuss together with the employees the tasks. And the managers have to make feel about the employee that they are an important part of the hotel, and then they will work more properly and show interest. The managers have to always show interest about the employees' work and how do they work, and they have to control them. And finally, I want to speak about the conclusions from here, that managers' attitude will influence first about the thing and the feeling that the employees feeling that they are important in a hotel, and they are necessary, they are an important part of a hotel, and the managers have to discuss them that how it will help the hotel that they are so important, and their work will influence, of course, the customers' first impressions and the customers staying, and they are the most important in the hotel because they are really in contact with the guests. That's it.
Thank you very much.
You ready?
Go on.
Okay, I would like to welcome everybody. And it's very interesting that now I would like to talk about motivation. So what you told before, it was my part of the job, but it doesn't really matter. So today I'm going to talk about motivation. And if you have a question?
Could you please talk louder again?
Yes, sure. So today I would like to talk about motivation and the methods of motivations. There are many methods of motivations. I'm going to talk about that. For example, training, cross-training, recognition, communication, incentive programs, and performance appraisals. But first, I would like to define what motivation is. So, everybody perceives that motivation is a different thing for him or her, but usually we consider motivation as an art of stimulating a person to make him work better. So, we would like to find out as managers that how the employees can work much better and what we have to do that they would work more for us for the same amount of money. And now I would like to mention that money is not really the thing that motivates, because there are many other things that motivate much more. And usually money is just a motivating thing just in this region, usually in the Western countries and in the United States and in America. It's not really a motivating thing. So first I'd like to mention that a very good motivator could be the training, and the manager organizes trainings for the employees, and that way the employee can work much better and more effectively, and they will know what to do and how to do it, and that way the manager shows that he really cares about the employees, and when the employee knows exactly what he has to do, then he can do it much better. And another way to motivate is the cross-training, when the employee is trained not for just the work what he has to do, but for the other person's jobs too, and then he can easily substitute anybody else, and then it gives a very good feeling for him that he knows that if somebody is ill, then he can just jump in and he knows what to do. And there is no situation like when the employee doesn't really know what to do and he would feel awkward about that. So the third motivator could be the recognition, and this comes to the same point where before Bell mentioned that one of the principles how to handle people is the eager one for recognition and to be recognized. And recognition is another motivator aspect, and everybody really needs that because they feel very, very good about that when they know that they are recognized and they know that they have done something very good, and positive reinforcement is very good too. And using just the positive things can make the employee feel much better about his work, because usually negative examples can stay in his mind very easily, but he usually forget very soon the positive reinforcement. The fourth way to motivate is communication. And by that, usually managers figure out something like a newspaper or a news about the hotel and about the department, and every employee would get that, and from that they would be absolutely sure about what the hotel is doing and what the aims and objectives of the hotel is, and that would help them a lot. And if they know that there is going to be a banquet or something big event at the hotel, they could be much prepared and they could work much harder. And they would feel that what they are doing for the hotel, they are doing it for themselves too. So for the communication, it would involve promotions, transfers, new hires, or resignation, qualitative special recognition, and there are other ways what we could put in a newspaper, like what we are starting to do in Hungary, for example in McDonald's, the employee of the month. We could remember the birthdays, engagements, and other special dates for the employees. Because if you make a remark that the employee has a birthday or something like that, and we as managers remember that and tell them and perhaps give them a present, that would be very nice for them, and they would really feel important about that. And another very important fact is that between the motivators, the incentive programs can be very effective, because when the employees know when they are not really in a competition, but they know that the managers would take care of them and inform them and tell them that in this month, for example, we are especially looking for the cleanliness, and then they would know that if in this month perhaps they would work much better, then they could be recognized, and that's also very important for them. And the last thing that I wanted to mention is the performance appraisal. Is that the employees always need to know where they stand, how they are with the work, if they are doing a good job, or if they could move on with their job and they could do something better. And by the appraisals, if in a written form we always give them the needed information about their work, that would help them a lot. So basically that was what I wanted to tell you about motivation and the motivating factors. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. No questions, then thank you for your
handout.
And what I'm going to talk about is the process of selection employees. There are two very important tools used in this process. The first one is the job descriptions, which outline reporting relationships and responsibilities, working conditions, and equipment and material to be used. This tool is very good for recruiting and selecting employees, and in this summarize and clearly state the duties, and this explains how the position relates to other positions, so what the employee has to expect from other positions. The other very good and efficient tool is job specifications, which is the personal qualities, skills and traits needed to successfully perform the tasks outlined. So, next step in this process is the evaluating of applicants. This goes through by reviewing completed job application forms under this I mean checking applicants' references, interviewing, selecting applicants. So the core must be of this in structuring questions included in application forms. We have to take care of the types of questions because there are federal, state and local laws which prohibit us to take or to ask every kind of questions. So that's why before we give this questionnaire out or this application form out, we should review with an attorney. The interviewing is the next step, which takes place in the hotel, in large properties, mainly by the Human Resource Department. But the Human Resource Department only does the initial screening of all candidates, and each department had to conduct the main in-depth interview. So the Human Resource Department does only a usual interview just to search for applicants. Every head of the department made the final decisions to employ or not. The interviewer should be familiar with the job and what it involves. There are 5 objectives what we have to achieve at the interviewing. The first one is to establish a basis for a working relationship. Second, get enough info to make a decision. Provide enough information to help the applicant. Sell the company and the job to your preferred applicant, and create a feeling of goodwill between the company and the applicant. There are main points. We have to observe for physical appearance and let him set the pace, you can say. In the body of the interview, there are questions about the job expectations. We have to look for the applicant's body language, and we always have to be honest when she or he asks questions about the hotel and the property and everything. But the department have to look for the work experience, the work history, and the education of the applicants. The interviewer should determine whether the applicants meet the position's fundamental requirements and the property meets the employee's job requirements. I mean the working conditions, hours, pay rate, and type of work. If the applicant is not suitable for the job, we have to end the interview very quickly, not to waste time anymore for it. If you are not sure in a person that he or she is suitable for the job, then never offer the job. Techniques for questioning are, we usually use 2-step questioning process. The first step, we ask for specific information. That's the answer for these questions: who, what, when, and where. And in the second step, we seek more in depth. This is for the questions why and how. For verifying facts, we always use direct questions, and we always have to know what to ask, all questions which are related to the business, and which has reason for asking. And these questions can be seen on the handout, which is lawful and unlawful. Never ask what is unlawful. Those questions which legally cannot influence the hiring decision. These are the age, sex, race, marital status, height, and weight. This category includes also the religion, the harassment record, physical and mental health. The evaluation of the interview, there we can score the interview. So we give score 0 if the applicant meets the condition, but nothing special with it. We give score plus if the applicant surpasses the acceptable level of skills, and we can give score minus if fails to meet the acceptable skills. There are an interview evaluation form, which we have to fill always right after the interview, to have everything up to date in our minds. And with this form we can point out, so we can point at the strengths and weaknesses of the employees. And after summarizing the points, we can probably choose the best employees for this position. The final stage of the selecting employees process is the hiring period. This is how to making and closing offers. This stands from 3 steps. The first one is the extending, where the timing is very important. So if we found the appropriate person for the job, then we don't have to wait longer not to accept another job offered for him, or just thinking about that this is not the best for himself. That's why he changes his mind. The second one is the negotiating, where we have to inform the applicants about the pay requirements, starting dates, and special benefits. And the third one is the concluding, where we tell the applicant that we do not expect to know everything, but do his or her job well. We also have to prepare other employees for the so-called arrival of a new colleague, employees, or manager. So that is all. If you have any questions, please do.
My topic is the same as Bella's. It's arousing in the other person an eager want. But I may cover some other management principles as well, because they are closely related. Arouse in the other person an eager want. It's an essential part of the manager's job, because without happy and satisfied staff, good work cannot be achieved. So managers must guide the operation so that the staff can find the things they need during work. They have to find and recognize their goals among the overall organizational goals. So managers have to set the company's goals in order that the staff has an eager one to achieve those. Firstly, you need to clearly define tasks. Staff has to know what to do and how to do it in order to work properly. You need good working conditions, because in a nice environment with everything on hand, everybody can work better. Secondly, everybody needs some recognition so as to feel as an important part of the organization, and to feel that the manager and the operation need you, and without you, the whole operation cannot be operated in a proper way. Managers must know their staff, know the staff by their names, be informed about their hobbies, interests, families, and problems. And you have to work out a relationship with your staff in which communication barriers do not exist. So, whenever you have a problem or one of the staff members has a problem, he or she is ready to talk things up with you and communicate easily. That's very important. If the employee considers the manager as a person to trust and a person who could help him in any way, he or she will be eager to help the manager as well and eager to perform in a good quality. It's a kind of treat the others as you would like to be treated thing. Also, give the employees a possibility to create a pleasant relationship among themselves. Let them know each other better and become friends rather than just be machines working together. Organize clubs or organize company outings on which they can talk to each other outside the working environment. To prevent relationship problems either among your staff or between the staff and you, people can be divided into two groups, in my opinion. Once there are those seeking to have responsibility over the others, and these are more ambitious persons, and the other group is contains of people like to be directed without taking any responsibility or risk. For the first group, who are more ambitious and like to take responsibility, certain tasks and people should be given to coordinate and manage. And they wish to have a decision making without the manager's intervention. But the other group, you only need to tell exactly what to do and how to do it, and they will be satisfied by only doing it without taking any responsibility. It's more comfortable for them. The other thing is that the manager must provide the staff with certain rewards like promotion or just praising when they deserve it. Punishment is also needed sometimes, but use as little as possible and never punish another people in public in front of others. Whenever you have a problem with one of your staff members, never judge. Firstly, listen to him or her carefully, give them a chance to explain what was wrong and why it was wrong, and only then judge. And last but not least, let them feel that they are equal with you, let them feel comfortable and during the work. And when all these things could be met, you were successful in arousing an ego want in the other person. That's all.
No questions?